Most of us, my fascinating Renaissance friends, most of us were taught that love happens to us. It is as if we do not have control over it. Even the statement falling in love is just like falling from a tree or falling down the stairs. At the same time, falling out of love. Like we can't help it. We just fell out of love. So we've decided to go separate ways. It is as if we never have control or we didn't even choose to fall in love. It just happens. I met him and voila, electricity just happens and we found ourselves falling in love, right? Well, we'll see. So, welcome, my fascinating Renaissance friends, okay, to my season of life, 60 years and beyond. And this is Malu Cervantes, your fellow sojourner in the autumn of our lives. And this is episode 176. Let me check. 176. Okay. So we continue this month of March, with what we've started, and that is reflecting on great existential questions raised by humanity across the centuries. Okay, existential questions are inquiries about meaning, about purpose, about the nature of human existence, which resulted from being aware that we're human beings and we're trying to decipher how to live in these bodies, in this world, you know? But we're not going to reflect on it as philosophers up there in an ivory tower looking down at hapless mortals trying to wrestle with this. No, 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 no. Okay, we will do that as women, okay, in the autumn of our life, who have lived, loved, lost, suffered, endured, triumphed, and grown wiser along the years. Okay? And we will not also do this. We will not turn these existential questions into problems to be solved or inquiries which will need categorical, what we call categorical, definite answers. No, no, we will not do that. We will look at it from the point of living it. Okay? So, as I have invited you you know, to pour yourself a cup of tea and settle in the moment, and let's reflect together. What is love really? This will be the bridge from last month. Remember? Last month, may I suggest that you, let me see, month of February, may I suggest you go to the directory and, upload episodes 164 to 171 from February 3 to February 27, where we talked about love. The six types of love, the five stages of relationship, the myth of soulmates, really, and how must we really look at love in this season of our life, all of this. So this will simply just be a bridge, okay? But this is also an existential question, okay? So let's look at it from the lens of three people, some of whom you have already met because I've been using them as sources. Okay? One would be, oh, no, these are three new people I shall be introducing to you because they're appearing for the first time in my sharing. Okay? So one is Eric Fromm. Eric Fromm. He is a German of American. He's a German American psychologist. Okay, Eric Fromm. He disagrees that love happens to us. He disagrees. Okay, for him, love is an art. Oh my! It is an art requiring discipline, patience, and maturity. Okay, let's take a look. Love is an art. Okay, and we saw before some philosophers consider love is a skill. Yeah, in February we said love is a skill that we need to what need to be proficient. It's not something that happens to us. It's something that we choose. Okay, so that's Eric from you, and I agree with him in that sense. Sure, we get attracted to somebody we've met maybe in a cocktail party or maybe in one of the conferences. Well, these are my venues. I never go to bars. I have nothing against bars, really. I mean, you can go to bars and enjoy yourself fine, alone or with people fine, but there's no judgment there. It's just I don't like the atmosphere personally because it's noisy. Y- y- You know, um, I'm one person who likes quiet restaurants with piped-in music, where there's silence where we can converse. Okay, so basically, and with my job, I go to conferences. Okay, I meet clients for breakfast meetings, dinner meetings, and things like that. Okay, so when you meet somebody in those circumstances, and there's an alignment of what? Of personalities, of values, of common interests. Like, I've always told you, I love wine, studying wine. Okay, what's the difference between Chardonnay and, Cabernet Sauvignon? The difference between French wine and Italian wine, things like that. So when I meet someone who shares the same interests, of course, I'm happy, and there seems to be a connection. All right. So maybe you can say chemistry, but that's attraction. Okay. In the five stages of love, that's the first stage. It's not even love. It's infatuation. All right. It's infatuation. It's invitation to love. We talked about that last month. Okay. So according to Eric Fromm, you don't fall in love. Love is an art. You cultivate it with discipline. You cultivate it with patience, and you cultivate it with maturity. Hmm? Okay, fine. How about this Bohemian Austrian poet? His name Rainer Maria Rilke. Oh, there's Maria. That's my first name, Maria Lourdes. Okay. Well, what does he believe about it? Well, he said that love is a difficult task. Can you imagine? You remove the romance out of it, it's a difficult task to do. Okay, why is it difficult? Okay, this is what he said. Love is not about two people dissolving into one. Y- You know, so this is really a dismantling of the myth of a twin flame. That's the twin flame meaning you and the other person you love, who is supposed to be your soulmate, which we already debunked. Okay, so anyway, can you and this person actually come as one, and you have a different existence, so you're actually the same soul living separately, kind of thing. Okay, for him, he doesn't believe that's love. It is not two people dissolving into one, so that there are not two different people but one. No, no, no. He doesn't believe in that. He believes that love is accepting two different people, but really encouraging and inspiring each other, to grow to the best version of themselves, for each other's sake. So I'm trying to understand that myself. So how can we be practical here? Okay. Well, I always think in terms of me and my husband. Me and my husband are so different individuals, different personalities. And this is episode 176. Okay, the last episodes I talk about us, especially all the episodes of September of this year, which is what? Okay, our season of anniversary. 42 years together. All right. And you know that he's an artist, I'm a corporate person and all of that. So two different people. Okay? We are in stage 5 of our relationship. And that is what? Mature love. Okay, because we have accepted we're so different. And yet, we have remained respectful of each other's differences. So I begin to love what is different about him. Okay, so we adjust to each other for each other's sake. So I become a better wife for his sake because I want to make him happy. Really, inside of it. I am not forced, by the way, to make him happy. I just want him happy. In the same way as he accepts my quirks, just for instance, he just loves coffee. I don't drink coffee. So what? I drink tea. He doesn't like tea. Well, sometimes he does just to be with me, But that's all right. You know what I mean? Okay? So for each other's sake, we help each other become better versions of ourselves. Okay? So that's from Rainer Will. And the last one is Martin Buber, not Justin Bieber. Okay? Martin Buber. He's Israeli philosopher. It's like that. He developed this I thou relationship. I, me, self, thou is the other person. So he said that love is not using the other person as an object to possess, but a real human being, okay, to respect and accept and care for. That I agree. Okay? So, with love, with age, love, gets deeper and more honest, and not with illusion. So why don't we reflect this, okay? My fascinating Renaissance friends, how has your understanding of love, a change or is affected by, the number of years we have lived? How is love affected the way you live your life? Really? What is love really for you all these years? Okay? So, if this resonates with you, I really, submit that stay with the question, really. Because wisdom doesn't barge loudly, as I've said, it manifests itself, gently when we give it space. And if this is valuable for you, like and subscribe and share this with people who are struggling with the same, existential question. Until then, this is your fellow sojourner in the autumn of our life. Continue living wisely, living gently, living fully in this beautiful season of your life. Goodbye.